I saw that you're a Twitch ambassador, and I avoided looking up what a Twitch ambassador is because I wanted to hear from you what that is.
Okay, sure. Well, the Twitch ambassador, initially when I joined, and it still represents that, it's people that Twitch felt like, hey, these individuals represent the platform. They're a good example of what Twitch is as a community, and there's multiple people of that. Like for me, there were 20 ambassadors, board game streamers, TTRPGs, me, I was a variety and mainly Pokemon, and just, people that they see like, hey, this is Twitch.
I actually wanted to ask you, since you mentioned it, I noticed that you do have like a pretty active community. What things do you think that you've done to like kind of facilitate that?
In regards to my community, honestly, just leaving it open and honest. Like the main slogan of my stream, outside of my content and being entertaining, is to make sure people are heard. People can come in and be like, "Hey, I saw Moon Knight today. What do you think?" And before you know it, me and chat are talking about Moon Knight. We're talking about Marvel, DC, etc. We kind of let conversations go where they naturally lead, and just know whether you're a new viewer or a long-time viewer, you can throw in your piece to the topic or throw out a topic and we'll vibe with it. So I feel like that's one of the most important parts of my community.
What are some things that you've seen like smaller streamers, even like bigger streamers do that kind of like halts that growth, do you think?
Halts, that's real tricky. I'm not too sure on what halts, because shoot, I would love to learn how to grow more on Twitch. I'm still trying and doing things, but I don't know what necessarily halts. I mean, Twitch naturally isn't a platform that's great for visibility. So some days you stream it, it might be great. Some days it might not, So
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any specifics I can name that halts.
How is your TikTok not blown up yet?
Tonight the music seems so loud. I wish that we could lose this crowd. Maybe it's better this way. We'd hurt each other with the things we want.
Oh man, I've had some cool little blow ups. I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, it just is how it is, honestly. I did TikTok pretty heavily. I've only did like a 30 to almost 60-day challenge on TikTok. Afterwards, I was like, this was good. I felt like my audience on TikTok didn't come over to my Twitch, and that was my main goal. I do TikToks randomly because I just like making people laugh on Twitter, TikTok, etc. But I don't go as hard as I used to. But I'll tell you this: when I did do that 30-day challenge, I had people laughing everywhere, going viral on Facebook, Instagram. Like, it was fun.
Personally, I very much enjoyed your TikToks, but I do think that is a thing where it's like, I've heard that like there are people who manage to blow up on TikTok, but then when they try and transfer that to YouTube or Twitch, it just
Anything
doesn't.
else is bad.
Yeah. Which kind of sucks because, like you were saying, the discoverability on Twitch is not good.
Yeah, to grow on Twitch, you gotta go everywhere else.
Tell me a little bit about your voiceover work.
I've been doing voice acting professionally for now almost 4 years. I do commercials, video games, the whole nine. Pretty well versed in the area, got a home studio. And, I'm just growing in the field, to be honest.
Do you feel like streaming helps with that?
Definitely so. When I first started streaming, my community encouraged me to do it, because I was pretty nervous about it. And I live stream myself reading webtoons live to them. So, it gives me a chance to try out new voices, see if they like them, see how they react. You know what I mean? So, like, that's free practice. Because, I mean, if I give you a comic and say, hey, voice act this, that's practice. So, streaming not directly ties to it, but the content I do contributes to it. Because it's like, hey, I'm code reading comics live for people with other voice actors.
That also sounds like good content, honestly.
It's fun to do. It's like, instead of just reading comics by yourself or webtoons for that matter, I'm reading them out loud.
It's crazy how you said 4 years, and then I realized, like, that actually wasn't as long ago as I thought it was when you first said it.
Oh, no, I just got the idea, went for it, took a bunch of classes. I mean, I'm going to take my first in-person acting class pretty soon, so I'm always learning, always picking up something new.
I've noticed that you are kind of like a renaissance man of online content.
And that's funny you say that, because the college I went to, that's actually their motto, is to be a renaissance man. So, it's funny, you're the third person to say that, and I'm like, that's good to hear. I'm doing something right. It's just really having that schedule planned and just sticking to it. Like, for me, I already know I got some videos I need done, some auditions. Like, I luckily booked a video game recently. And, I send a piece of it. I need to record that tomorrow, but I need to be working on video. So it's just a balancing game. But I just plan things out, being like, okay, I got a week for this. I'm gonna do that in 2 days. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Are you going to MomoCon?
Yeah, most likely. I'm not probably gonna apply to Creative Pass, or I might. I don't know. I don't see why I wouldn't go. Let's say that.
Yeah.
I live close. You gonna do like a panel or something, or are you making content for it?
I have no idea. That's all on Kevin's, and I would assume we're gonna be on some panel.
Me personally, I don't like panels too much. Not that I dislike them, I don't like being on them. I've done them plenty of times, which is cool. But I don't know. I just rather like live stream or make a video. But as I've started going to these conventions, I'm like, I don't feel like working. I just feel like being in the convention atmosphere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For example, I'm going to PAX East, right?
Yeah.
Last minute. I didn't even apply for the Creative Pass. I was just like, I'm just gonna come here and talk to indie game developers and be like, hey, here's my voiceover resume in PDF form. I can drop it to you. Want to hire me and give me audition code? Like, you know, if I get a Creative Pass for PAX East, I need to make a video, and I'm like, I don't feel like making one.
Is that a requirement?
Ideally, when you get a Creative Pass, you're there to do something for the convention. So
Oh.
if you're not there to do a panel or anything, they expect you to live stream it or make a video or do interviews, whatever it may be.
Yeah, I'm assuming that we're probably gonna be on a panel or something if...
Yeah, then that's perfectly fine, you know?
Yeah.
That's the kind of like when you apply, it's like described to be like, this is what they expect you to do there.
Yeah, I have
And
no
me,
idea.
I don't feel like doing that.
I used to try and do vlogs for like every convention I went to. I mean, it's fun to do, but I feel like sometimes it's more fun to just like vibe in the moment.
Yeah, that's me.
Honestly, though, I'm always down to be on a panel.
I'm the opposite. I'm down to do it, but most cases, I don't know. I'm not really great in person. I'm better behind the camera. I mean, it's something I'm working on, but it's not my forte to like look in front of a crowd of people.
I feel like I'm weird because I honestly really enjoy public speaking.
No, that's not weird. I mean, it's a good trait to have. That's one I wish I could have, man. Me, I'm more comfortable behind the camera, in the voice acting booth. You know, I'm good where you're not, where all eyes aren't on me. Like, one-on-one in person, you have a conversation with me, I'll talk to you all day. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you put me in front of like 200 people, I'm gonna be like, all right, you know.
What would you recommend for someone who is a small streamer who wants to build that community but doesn't quite have like the activity in their chat yet?
I mean, the only thing you can do, honestly, and it's the same for me, because mine's not the most active either. I've had my up and downs. Just stream games, stream different games, and try different things, you know? Like, Twitch is a long-term process. You're probably going to get, especially as a small streamer, one new viewer to watch you. And if that one new viewer comes and watch you and you vibe and you have a good conversation, they might come back. Then the next time you got 4, you know, you got 5. You know what I mean? It's just a procedural thing. Some people blow up, but most people I see don't. But you just make a new viewer, a new connection. Like, if you look at my Twitch chat, when I say, I granted, I'm not a huge streamer, but I really can say I know those people in chat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know, like, hey, I could say Pecori's an artist, or Lord Have Mercy loves this game, or, you know, I could just list off Twitch names of people that I can say, I may not know you in person, but I know a lot about you from you being here. I made that connection early on. So it's just making connections and meeting more people.
Like, when I have gone into your stream, like, that's one thing that, like, I noticed immediately. It was almost like I was walking into, like, a room full of people that, like, already knew each other.
And I can say that for most viewers. And creating and cultivating that community where they know each other. Like, everybody in chat, my chat knows Doctor runs, like, 10 miles a day. You know what I mean? Like, that's not exaggeration. He talks about it.
Yeah.
But we all take the time to kind of get to know each other. And that reflects not only me knowing them, people know them, the mods know them. So it's just formed that community of friends, acquaintances. Yeah, we just be vibing. You know, we may not be huge, but we're growing. We might be, or we might not be.
Boys Night next week. We had to move it. Also, Speev is being added on.